Hi, my name is Robin Reigi. Thanks so much for joining me today, where we'll be talking about our new material innovations for 2020. You guys know us really well, so we're just going to jump right in. For spring 2020, we've added 3 new items so far and a few more others on the way, so please keep a lookout for other videos coming up. First of all, we've launched our new Louver collection with Plyboo. This is a product I designed and developed with Plyboo myself, so it's very near to my heart. I hope you like it. Next, we'll finally launching our new Shinnoki acoustic panels. Shinnoki is our best-selling material, so we couldn't be happier to have finally developed an acoustical product as a companion to the panels and the flooring. Lastly, we're thrilled to announce our new partnership with Skyline Glass. We've admired Skyline's decorative glass installations for years and feel really honored to be working with such a great team and a fabulous brand. So for anyone unfamiliar with Shinnoki, it's a pre-finished, ready-to-go, real wood panel made by the Belgian manufacturer Decospan. Decospan is the largest archiver of natural veneers in Europe. These real wood panels are easily specified in stock and only require cutting and edge banding. Shinnoki is stocked in 17 great colors and are about a 20% cost savings over custom millwork. So it's a very popular product. And with all of the success that we've had for about 8 years, we knew that we had to come out with an acoustic solution. So without further ado, we are finally launching our Shinnoki acoustics. So what are Shinnoki acoustics? Well, essentially we're taking our same format. In this case, it's a 4-foot by 8-foot panel, 3/4 of an inch thick of real wood veneer laid over an MDF. And we've punched a very discreet, almost indistinguishable, for me, if I'm about arm's length away without my glasses on, I really can't even see that nano perforation, but it's about a 0.5 millimeter perforation on the surface of the veneer. And it's a Class A fire-rated black MDF core, so it's a little bit different from what we were working with previously. And what we happen to love about it is that these little nano perforations are cleverly indistinguishable at a distance, and therefore it's a little bit different from other acoustical products that use the perforations as sort of part of the design. Here we're going for a more inconspicuous feel, and you'll see a couple of installations that will sort of illustrate that point. We also happen to love the black MDF, that core that we're providing this on, because it creates a beautiful ground, not only behind the perforations, but also in that edge. So you don't necessarily always have to edge band this stuff, thanks to that black MDF. One of the other things that we love about this product, which is actually pretty unique, is that it meets a 0.5 NRC rating in and of itself. So it doesn't need to be combined with another acoustical material to create a thicker, bulkier assembly in order to perform acoustically. Now, 0.45 isn't anything amazing. It's usually for a lighter duty acoustical situation, so maybe a reception area or a conference room. But we find more often than not that is perfectly fine for a typical corporate environment. So you can use this as a standalone product, attach it with some Z-clips, and not have to be concerned about building behind it. So of course the product is stocked in our most popular Shinnoki colors, so all of your oaks and some of the more popular walnuts, which we're really happy to report. And just to go over some of the specs, again, it's a 4-foot by 8-foot panel, 3/4 of an inch thick, ASTME 84 Class A is a standard, which is wonderful. And we have our NRC and our STC ratings available depending on the assembly that you choose. As always, our materials are FSC certified and NAUF, so no added urea formaldehyde. And lastly, we do provide that matching edge banding. This is a picture here of the what's under the hood. So if you peel back the veneer layer, this is the MDF with the larger perforations, and you can see that there's a non-perforated banding around the edges and down the middle. This would be the most desirable place to trim the panel because it would allow a nice smooth flat edge to apply edge banding, or just if it were to be exposed. If you were to cut in the perforated areas, you'd have this sort of semi-honeycomb sort of effect, and that you'd probably want to conceal with a trim. So they can be trimmed anywhere you want, but depending on how you want to treat those edges, you might want to consider trimming it along the non-perforated sections. Here's a typical acoustical installation where the installer would basically apply wood battens to the drywall, allowing for a cavity. So that cavity could be 1 or 2 inches, depending on the performance that you're looking for, and would then be filled with mineral wool or a fiberglass or whatever you might choose to use for extra absorbency. So here you can reach a pretty solid 0.85 rating, depending on whether you can allow some airspace and attach our panels flush right to the mineral wool. If you, again, are just looking for that lighter duty performance, we can get that with just a direct mount, and that would be that Z-clip method that you can see on the right. Here's a couple of projects where, again, the beauty of these panels is, unlike other products where the perforations are kind of part of the design, which is wonderful, here we have more of a non-obtrusive visual effect. So these panels aren't sort of screaming, we're acoustic. They're more functioning as a millwork panel, but they just happen to be also performing acoustically. So the project on the left would probably be more of a standard Z-clip installation, where the project on the right is more than likely the batten method, where you're basically filling the acoustics with in the cavity, thus providing a higher performance treatment that is usually used in this sort of a theater environment. Okay, so moving on to our Plyboo. So most of you probably know we've been working with Plyboo forever, and they have been manufacturing bamboo and other sustainable materials for about 25 years, right out of California. And we've been actually cutting and routing into our real core bamboo panels for about 5 years now. So we've created an extensive collection of patterns, textures, colors, and we do tons of custom stuff. So we're really proud of our custom work. The Louver collection is our latest offering, and I'm very proud to announce that this is a collection that I personally developed with Plyboo. So we've been developing product with manufacturers for years, but this is actually the first time that we've officially launched a collection with our name on it, and we'll hopefully have our very first design patent very soon. So the Louver concept is really taking that architectural louver and creating this sort of sense of angled fins that direct light and shadow the way that the architectural element does so beautifully in large scale and in interiors as well. And we think our product lends itself so beautifully to that because of the directionality of the material, just sort of loving linear patterns. So we're sort of capturing the light depending on how you turn it, how you light it, where you're standing, to create these really beautiful sort of treatments that can be either horizontal or certainly vertical. So this is an example of our homepage on our website. And this actually comes right out of our design tool. So this is, you can click on any of these patterns and it'll show you what it looks like in scale with the Barcelona chair in front of it. And then also you can get a close-up view so you can really see the pattern. Of course, nothing quite beats seeing a sample, which we're happy to send you. But this is a sail pattern, which was the very first one we did. It's the most simplistic. It's just that very simple. This is actually it here, so you can kind of see the profile, just that simple sort of angled fin effect that we created. So depending on the angle that you look at it, you're either going to sort of capture it on the hump of the sail or sort of from the inside. And it exposes a fair amount of core, so you've really got that nice play between the core and the face, depending on the color that you choose. The darker colors definitely show less core. This would be a natural color, our bitter wood, and this is showing certainly a lot more core. This is our butterfly pattern, which is our second pattern that we did, and it's sort of a double louver, and we think it's even more sophisticated, and we think this is going to be the big winner for the collection. So we're really proud of this particular pattern in any color that you choose. Of course, we always do an acoustic version of everything. This was the first acoustical version of louver that we did with this sort of a straight perforation, that's sort of an elongated perforation. But this second one, which we call our beeswing pattern, again, is more sophisticated in that we're sort of diving in and out with the perforation to create this sort of like beeswing type of humming movement in the panel. And it just creates a lot of depth and shadow in the way that the panel is cut. So we think this one is going to be a big winner for that reason. This is a shallow cut pattern. We call it shallow cut butterfly. And because you're not seeing any of the core, we're only cutting very short into the surface of the material. So you're not seeing that core material going in the opposite direction. It creates this beautiful, subtle drapery effect. I think this is going to be something that New Yorkers will appreciate because of its subtlety and this, this sort of lovely sort of draping effect that happens when your eye is not getting pulled into that core, which in some cases can actually be more dominant than the face. So I happen to personally really love this one. Lastly, our butterfly pattern in our new metallic bronze color, which we're very proud of. We really needed a warm metal to go with our Greige Noir that we've had in the collection for a long time. So now we're doing a bronze noir, which we're super proud of. We think it's going to look great with other warm metals and these sort of, warmer spaces. So we're excited to offer that and sample that as well. So just some last moment why we love it. First of all, as I said, this is a product that was officially something that we contributed to, and we'll hopefully have our first design patent on. So just thrilled about that. But besides that, feeling really close to the product, we also love it for the audience that we developed it for. So me being a native New Yorker and having done a workplace design for many years now in my career, Jennifer and I feel like we really kind of have an understanding of what our workplace designers are looking for in products, whether it be color or lack of color or scale or just an overall sensibility. We really developed this collection for that audience, and so we're really hoping that our fellow New Yorkers this will resonate with them. And lastly, this is as all of our Plyboo products, a highly customizable collection. So we would love nothing more than for you to take the product and run with it and do something 10 times more innovative and creative than what we've started with here. So we like to start with a relatively simple idea and just see how the wonderful creative designers sort of run with it. So please do go ahead and continue to customize our products, which we know you certainly will. So just last minute specs, 4x8 panels, 4x10 is special order, ASTME 84 class A, B, or C, depending on the item. Always FSC certified and NAUF. We also have HPDs and EPDs. Plyboo is always a leader in that regard, and happy to provide those for you as well. So that's our presentation for today. I hope you found it to be informative. I'd like to thank you for your time and remind you that we at Robin Reigi are working hard, made ourselves fully available for phone, Zoom, emails. We're sending samples every day, so please don't hesitate to contact us if we can help you with anything at all. And we really look forward to seeing you all very soon, and possibly even look forward to having a hug again one day. So thank you again, and good day.